Biting commentary is presented by Hawaiian Airlines in Honolulu Magazine.
One of the great things about this job is you end up places where most people never go. We're out in Kahuku among the incredibly fragrant tomato plants of whole farms in the middle of 1,000 square foot greenhouse, one of 3. And just happens to be here, Chef Alan Wong. How you doing? Thank you. I understand you're a fan of Whole Farm.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
You know, first of all, it's a great product. It's a wonderful tomato, especially their medley of different small, different colored tomatoes. Really sweet, but you know, we got to support the local farmers, the local businesses in Hawaii.
20 years ago, you could hardly find a tomato in Hawaii that tasted like a tomato, and these are great.
These are wonderful, yes.
That's why we need to grow our own. Now, I'm guessing these don't have very much in the way of bricks. These need a little while to ripen up. Let's go find ourselves some ripe ones. What do you think?
All right, let's go.
All right. Now, Alan, how do you tell a good tomato outside of the fact that the red ones are ripe and the green ones aren't, unless they're green tomatoes?
I think you look for color, firmness. A real eye-opener for me was at one of our quarterly farmer series dinner. We took like 3 tomatoes. Richard Haas, we took another one from the Big Island and one generic one from a store, a mainland one.
Okay.
So you cut a wedge open and you try them all side by side.
That's the way, right?
That's the way that you can appreciate the differences between the two. So now one woman said she liked the cardboard one from the mainland. She said, I like this because this is what I was raised on. This is what I remember.
Yeah.
And that's cool. It wasn't about which one was better. This was all about which one did you like better. So now when you go to the supermarket and you're there, you're looking at it, the local tomatoes, $3 a pound. The mainland one is maybe $2 a pound. The local one's more expensive, but you're going to remember that side-by-side tasting, and you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to buy the local one.
Even though you've got to hold food costs down, always buy local.
We try to buy as much local product as possible. You know, organic when possible, and local almost all the time.
It tastes better, and there wouldn't be farms like this in Kahuku. This would be a housing development if we don't support the farmers.
Imagine tomatoes, imagine eggs. How long does a mainland egg take, you know, to come to Hawaii? You know, so you get a fresher product. It's probably got more nutrition still in it, tastes better, but you know, there's a lot of talk about the carbon footprint and global warming. You know, it takes about 5,400 cars is the equivalent to one 747 flying from the west coast to Hawaii with produce
or eggs.
Plus, you know, I think for me the most important thing is I want to try and help increase local food production by 10%. Okay. You know, we're bringing in 80, 85, and they say now it's getting worse. It's 90% of our food is imported to Hawaii. That's over $3.5 billion worth of food. We create 2,300 jobs. We generate something like $6 million in taxes. There's like millions of dollars going back into the economy. Besides the economy, millions of dollars going back to the farmers.
Right, and if the farmers can't make money, they won't farm.
They won't farm, so we support the local people, the local farmers and the local agricultural scene.
Right.
You know, my definition, simple definition of sustainability is to make decisions today so that our grandchildren's children can enjoy what we enjoy today. Simply that.
Or better. Or better.
Yeah.
Now, you going to make us something with these?
Of course.
You going to work the Wong magic on these?
Go back to the restaurant and make something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Can I cook?
Of course, we'll put you to work.
Okay, you're going to scold me?
Probably.
Okay.
This Fast Kind tip is sponsored by Hawaiian Airlines.
If you take the local egg, take the mainland egg, and you looked at it like this. I can see the yolk is nice and round and plump and higher than the mainland egg. Now, right around the yolk is a first layer of egg white. You can see that this one's kind of flat. You can see that the ridge here is real pronounced. So you can visibly see which one is more fresh. When it just goes flat and the egg yolk is like sunken down, that's a sign of an older egg.
bringing the islands together for the moments that matter most. Every day, Hawaii flies with us.
Honolulu Magazine, in a nutshell, is the user's manual to Honolulu. If you live here, this truly is your guide to navigating the city. We tell you the best places to eat, the best places to go shopping, but we also tell you which public schools are performing the best. We tell you which doctors are the best ones. So we cover all of that ground and really truly aim to be the ultimate guide to the city.
Visit HonoluluMagazine.com today to enter to win a trip for two to any Hawaiian Airlines international destination. You're watching Biting Commentary.
We're back from the farm. This is the fun part, sort of, because I'm going to cook with Alan. And I have cooked with Alan before, and he always scolds me. But, you know, it's rough on my ego here. But we're going to make
You got to do it right, John.
I got to do it the Wong way. Yeah. So the first skill I'm going to exhibit is not cutting myself. That's my plan. This being Alan, maybe you should tell him what we're going to do.
We're going to make a goat cheese mousse using Dick and Heather Threlfall's goat cheese from the Hamakua Coast on the Big Island. Right now, before we start assembling the dish, we got to do, as you know, what we call the mise en place thing.
I'm ready.
Right? Okay. So now,
am I making the mousse over here?
you're making the whipped cream.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Recipes in the book. There is a trick. If you do this in the walk-in, the cold air makes the whipped cream whip up faster. So I kept everything cold. So here you go.
Go to work.
Go to work.
Go to work.
Start whipping. Okay. Try and do a back and forth thing like this.
Okay.
Until you get whipped cream. I want a stiff peak.
Stiff peak.
Stiff peak.
And I'm at work here making the cream.
You can't take your time because right after that you're gonna pit some green olives for me. Okay. So I'm telling you what you gotta do next after that. Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna cut the bread in the meantime.
No scolding me then.
Michelle makes these loaves.
Oh, good for Michelle.
But we're gonna cut this way, okay? Cut the crust off.
This is turning into work over here, Alan.
You gotta go a little faster, brother.
They make electric mixers for this, you know.
Now I'm cutting the bread here. It's a little bit easier if you cut it after you've frozen the bread a little bit, so it's kind of firm. Day old too. You know, you're supposed to show everybody how easy whipped cream is to make at home, so they don't have to buy the canned stuff.
I'm showing them that. I have a little thing with a battery to make whipped cream, but okay.
You know, that's a trend today.
Yeah.
A trend is to make everything from scratch. When I go to schools, I tell the kids, you gotta read the label, you know? You gotta look what's inside the thing, whether it's hidden sodium, hidden sugars, hidden fats. And so when you make things from scratch, you know exactly what's in it.
Hey, I'm starting to get peaks here, Al.
Okay.
We're going good here now. They're not stiff peaks yet, but they're rising.
Okay, you see this?
Yeah?
Now, look at the peak, okay? You see how it comes up and falls down?
Yeah, you want it to come up and stay up.
This is like a medium peak. Okay, so you got a little bit, maybe you got another minute.
Oh, they're starting to look stiff now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, lift it up and see the peak. Okay.
There we go. My
Now-
triumph. My first triumph of the day, anyway. All Alan's managed to do is slice some bread.
Okay,
Pit these olives. How do you want them split and pit?
just take it lightly, press it. You can feel it crushing, okay? And then you kind of take the pit out that way,
How many you need?
the whole bowl,
Whole bowl's coming up.
okay?
All right.
I'm gonna try to make them still look like an olive.
Oh, it still has to look like an olive. I have to crush it, but it's still got to look like an olive. I told you cooking with Alan was always an adventure.
Okay, see the bread, John?
Looks nice.
I took a baguette also, and so after you cut the loaf like that, you get
Okay.
this.
Yeah, that
So it's-
is a very nice longitudinal slice.
So it's like a carpet.
There you go.
All right, we're gonna just drizzle a little olive oil.
Okay, we're going to pop that under a broiler or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how important is the olive? What kind of olive oil?
That's a very good question, okay? But let me tell you a short story. One day I get a sample of olive oil and we all try it and it's very bitter. And so nobody liked it. But what the key was, I came from this small part in Italy And when you look at the menus in the restaurants, guess what they cook? They cook with things that go well with the bitter olive oil, like artichokes, you know, that kind of thing. Capers, anchovies,
Oh, you're making me
rosemary,
hungry.
things that go well with that big, robust taste. So you got to cook according to what you got. Just give you a taste. You know, like for example, there are olive oils that have a nice citrus, kind of like overtone that would be good for fish, shellfish. The robust ones probably would be good for like pork and beef and stuff like that. So a teaspoon of olive oil, right?
Nice.
Not bad,
Nice,
huh?
bitter at the edge.
Now there's a thing about bitter too now, okay? Bitter brings out the sweetness in shellfish. You know, bitter is not something that you grow up eating. In fact, I didn't like bitter. Okay, the bread's got olive oil. I'm gonna toast a little while, okay?
Okay, and I am making progress on these olives, although I can't say that they are as pretty as an Alan Wong olive.
What's happening, John?
Yeah, there you go. You know, that's one of my better ones.
While you're still working on your olives,
I am working on my olives.
pipikala,
steadily.
okay?
Oh, that looks good.
The Paniolo contribution to Hawaii. I'm gonna just slice this thin. You know, I got another bowl of black olives you gotta do too, you know, okay?
You didn't warn me about the black olives. Well, those don't have pits in it. What are they, Greek?
Niswas.
Yeah. Okay, we're rock and roll on the bread. I hereby officially proclaim you done.
Here's your next job.
Okay, what's my next job?
Okay, you're gonna fry the pipikala.
Oh, I can do that.
Okay. So you test this. You see the bubbles?
I see them.
Okay. So you want to fry them till they're crispy. Okay. So after they're crisp, put them right here. Drain the oil off. Crispy, crispy, huh?
All right. You want crispy, Alan, you get crispy. I'm starting to like the look of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Crispy, not limp, John.
You don't want any. You want stiff peaks, you want firm pipikala, you know.
Don't burn that now.
Oh, God. It's coming out. It looks very crispy to me. It's 20 seconds short of burnt.
Okay. Here's your next job.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
How do you want them? Sliced?
Just
Quartered?
cut in half like this. Okay.
Oh, I can do that.
And maybe because they're big, you can do
Quartered.
that this way. All right, the whole thing. What do you think of the farm?
It's beautiful. You know, I always like to go see stuff grow. And I think it's important that we're finally getting to the point where we're thinking about where our food is coming from.
People need to bring their kids and put them back on the farm and meet the farmer and actually pick a tomato off the vine.
Yeah, it's amazing how far we've gotten away from farms in like 2 or 3 generations.
You know what's scary is the old-time farmers are getting old. So what's going to happen to the farms?
Yeah, we need a next generation like Shin to come
You know,
along and
there are a whole bunch of
farm.
farmers that have kids, and the kids are watching the parents struggle to you know, make ends meet because fertilizer and feed, you know, they've gone up 10 times because of the oil thing, and you know, their net profits are shrinking. So they're wondering, should they be doing this? You know, you talk about food sustainability, you talk about food security. You know, food security is the farmer's farming. Now, this is a very important part of this salad. Probably the most important part of the salad. Okay? You take this and you have to salt it.
Of course, tomatoes love salt.
Tomatoes love salt. But what happens is salt, like salt on most things, extracts moisture. Okay? So you're gonna slowly watch this kind of form some water on the bottom, tomato water.
Right.
So we're not gonna add any vinegar to this dish. Okay? It's gonna be extra virgin olive oil and tomato water, making the dressing for this. Okay? Band-Aid.
So the first skill I'm going to exhibit is not cutting myself. That's my plan.
This segment of Biting Commentary was brought to you by Feed the Hunger Foundation, microfinancing toward innovative and sustainable solutions.
We see a world where we who have cuckoo those who have less. Imagine food that's healthy, food that does no harm to the environment. Imagine food that's affordable and accessible, food that harnesses local entrepreneurship. Imagine food that brings together families and communities in ways that will nourish the Aina, Feed the Hunger Foundation, microfinancing toward innovative and sustainable solutions.
If you want to know where to eat right now, pick up Honolulu Magazine and check out our monthly dining coverage, including our All-Island Restaurant Guide and our annual list of Hale Aina Award winners. For even more dining, go online to honolulumagazine.com or download our free iPhone app. Honolulu Magazine is the only resource you need for dining.
Wounded in action and yet still game here.
Okay, so you can see
We're
it's
getting
starting
the
to,
tomato water.
right? See that?
Yeah, that's nice. Oh,
Good.
that's got beautiful
Okay.
texture. That's great.
And we're gonna put this together at the last minute so that all the flavors remain fresh and vibrant.
Okay, so
Okay.
we salt the tomatoes and then we assemble it,
Yeah,
rather
the mi-
than throw it all together.
That'd be a mistake because you know it's just not gonna be the same flavor.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to do a shallot. Well, you know, sometimes you wonder how you get the nice mince.
Yeah.
Okay, so well you keep the stem part attached so it doesn't fall apart,
Got it.
and really carefully with a sharp knife. we go-
Carefully. That's
okay,
you're singing my
use
song
a
here.
sawing motion. Go like this. Okay.
Aha.
Okay, like so. So I got like 5 slices in there. Okay. Then you take it, put the stem side away from you, and you go straight up and down like that. Okay. See that?
And I should get a very fine dice.
All right. So you go very. So you got that. Then when you go down this way, look. Okay.
Oh, see now I'm forced to take recourse into the
Okay.
chopper. These are not Alan Wong standard shallots. I missed an entire step.
See, so that's how a restaurant gets a fine, like you call a fine brunoise or a fine dice. of
That
onions.
is a very fine dice.
Okay.
Mine is just coarsely chopped over here. You know, while we're on the subject of blue tomatoes, why did you call the book The Blue Tomato since there aren't any?
I adopt a class. Our managers adopt a class. We go down there for a visit, and I'm going to make a tomato salad with the lihi moi dressing, which is in the Blue Tomato book.
Right. And one of my favorites, actually, of yours.
Well, thank you. And then, while I'm doing the demonstration, I pick up a red tomato, and I say, kids, this is where ketchup comes from. So this kid raises his hand and says, so you mean that yellow tomato right there, you can make yellow ketchup? I said, sure you can. The next kid raises his hand and says, so that green tomato, you can make green ketchup out of that one too? I says, yeah, of course. So the next kid raises his hand and says, so you can make blue ketchup? And I said, you give me a blue tomato, I'll give you blue ketchup. So the whole point was, imagine during your elementary school years that you were taught that ketchup doesn't have to be red, that shoyu doesn't have to be brown or black, that nothing has to be what it is. One of the dishes in the book, an ahi lumpia. A lumpia is like an egg roll. Well, why does it have to be that shape? So the ahi lumpia in the book is round as a ping pong ball. If the kids grow up thinking that anything is possible, what does that do to their creativity? What about innovation? Okay, you can see that more moisture has come out. Okay, so now we're going to put this together. Put your olives in. Shallots.
Shallots coming in. Well, this is going to be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, next
I'm going to shift
some
on this.
hand-torn basil.
Oh, hand tear
Okay.
it. Now, why hand tear?
I guess I was feeling old-fashioned.
Well, there you go.
You know, back in the day, the herbs, most of it was hand-torn like this. I like it a little coarse, a little big, so that when you eat it, you actually get the flavor, versus too finely a minced thing.
Plus, it looks better.
You know what cracks me up? That all over the United States, they think that anything you put a pineapple on is Hawaiian.
That's all Dole's fault. You know,
Think so?
ham, Hawaiian.
What about a Hawaiian pizza?
Yes, that always has pineapple and
Right?
ham.
I can't stand that. Okay, why don't you give that a stir? Okay, and you see how simple that is?
It's beautiful. Well, when you start with good stuff,
Yep. Okay, and I always say,
taste it right.
cuisine is when the cooks begin to eat their own food.
That's the mixing one. Okay, there we go.
Now, you're just checking for salt right now. It may need some salt.
I think there's enough salt, but
Okay.
your choice.
All right. In here we have Dick and Heather's goat cheese,
What do we mix in with the goat cheese?
buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Okay.
Now,
Goat cheese
cultured
has a little
buttermilk?
acid to it,
Yeah.
and so I just want to reinforce that. Okay. John's beautiful whipped cream, stiff peak.
A work of genius right here.
Okay. Now, mousse. When you say mousse, like in goat cheese mousse, you want to fold it in so it keeps its nice air, like foamy kind of a texture. Okay, so it stays nice and light. Okay.
That looks beautiful.
And the only thing we do is we just add a little salt, and that's.
Now, one thing I noticed, we didn't pepper the salad. Is that
know
a
what?
flavor note you're... Aha!
There it is. There you go.
All right, now we need our toasted bread.
Okay.
This is cooled down sufficiently.
I'm gonna do this one,
Okay, and I'm going to do one?
and you're gonna do the baguette.
Okay, I can do the baguette.
All right. You take a little your toast,
Got it.
put a little mousse on it,
Okay.
and just spread it. Okay. Take the salad. You know, you can get this at the pineapple roll. It's on the menu.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of put one nice even layer on this. Your last step is just to add some pipi color here. The hacked green olive. It's Heckathorn, right? Not Heckathorn, huh?
Yeah. I hacked them. I actually didn't hack them. I smashed them. That was my instructions.
Okay.
I smashed them
We
open.
finish those. Let's just do this. I want you to try one.
Okay.
Eat that.
Well, I'm into this, Alan. Okay. You want me to eat it right now?
Yeah.
Check out the firmly fried pipicala on top, the finely diced tomatoes, the hand-torn herbs, the goat cheese mousse with firm peaks in the whipped cream. Here we go. That's good. That is good. Well, the goat cheese really bounces. So does the green olives really come out. The pipicala gives you mainly texture, actually, when you bite into it. You can feel the herbs, and then it kind of dissolves into a nice sweetness at the back of the taste. And I think the tomatoes are starting to come out.
This Fast Kind tip is sponsored by Hawaiian Airlines. Here's an alternative way to devein shrimp. With a toothpick, pierce a tiny hole under the skin of the shrimp. Don't use a knife to cut the back of the shrimp. Gently pull at the intestines, then back again to remove the blue vein.
You notice some shrimp cocktail is already deveined. They're like spreads like that versus this hole like this. This looks more attractive, yeah? Now, if I devein it the regular way, this is how a lot of shrimp cocktail look. Exposed, kind of not as nice. Okay, so that's the difference. The reason why you take out the intestines from that area.
To us, it's not about the sea. It's about who's in it. Every day, Hawaii flies with us.
Aloha is an action, not a reaction. It is perseverance, hope, compassion. It is courage and love. Aloha is a way of life. We ask you, our community, to give with aloha.
Visit HonoluluMagazine.com today to enter to win a trip for two to any Hawaiian Airlines international destination. You're watching Biting Commentary.
Back in the kitchen, chef's work never done. And we are making not quite a ceviche.
It's inspired by the ceviche,
Okay.
or more important, what they call leche de tigre,
Which is the liquid from the ceviche.
the tiger's milk,
All right.
which they say, like you drink that after a hard night of partying, sobers you up the next morning.
Oh yeah, likely story, but okay. I'm sure you tried that out though when you were in Peru.
Yes, I did.
I thought you might have.
Every morning.
Mahalo to our sponsors.
Next week on Biting Commentary, we continue the story of Alan Wong's The Blue Tomato and teach another inspiring recipe. Hawaiian Airlines and Honolulu Magazine present Biting Commentary with John Heckathorn, Sunday on KGMB at 2:30.